You've clicked on this video because you want to impress your coach. Maybe he's not playing you enough, maybe he's not selected you to move up to the higher level, or worse even, he's benched you and your football career is slowly being destroyed as you rot away on the bench. If any of these things continue on for longer than a couple months, then everyone you were once competing with will be miles ahead of you. That's the bad news. The good news is that you've clicked on this video, and by the end of it, you'll know exactly how to impress him and get back in his good books. But first, why should you listen to me? Well, I was once in a very similar position to you. At age 15, I was sent to the bench indefinitely, and I was eventually permanently isolated from the team. This gave me deep pain as everything that I'd worked for was being taken away from me. And to be honest, I thought I couldn't do anything about it. But in reality, you can. Look, I'll be honest with you, there are bias in teams, and sometimes there's even going to be outright corruption. But you have to be so undeniably good that even a coach that hates you can recognize how talented you are. Do these 5 things to impress your coach. Number 1. This is probably going to sound boring, and you're probably already even aware of it, but you don't do it. And that is your attitude off the pitch. This means turning up on time, not speaking over the coach, and not messing about with your friends while he's talking. Even if you hate your coach, you can still recognise the work that he puts in, because organising a football team is actually very difficult. So when you talk over him or you mess about, it sends the signal to him that 1, you don't care about football, and 2, you don't respect him. So that's probably one of the reasons why you're not getting picked. A lot of coaches are going to take this personally, and if it continues over a long period of time, he's going to think you're so unserious and he'll start to remove you out of his plans. So just make sure that you're arriving on time and just doing all of them boring things off the pitch, like, when he's speaking, looking at him, because this will play a massive factor into how he sees you as a player. You'll start to think that you're eager to improve and, you're respectful as a person. I know this one's really boring, but it's so true. That's why I had to include it, but let's move on to something way more interesting. Second is technical ability. Your coach is picking the team based off who he thinks will win him the game, and you need to impress him in every single way. Now you've got your attitude right, it's time to take it onto the pitch. This is where we work on our technical ability. You know that player who just always takes a good first touch, always looks clean with all of his movements, and can just dribble through anyone? Well, that player is an absolute asset to the coach, and that's the reason why they love that player so much, because he can single-handedly win them games. But you're probably thinking, I'm not this player, I'm nowhere near this level. But I'm telling you that all it takes is 3 months of hard work to achieve this. So practice ball mastery, cone drills, unrestricted dribbling, and practice rebounding against a wall over and over again. This means literally finding a wall anywhere and just smashing the ball against it. And trust me, your first touch and your technical ability overall from doing those 4 things will improve so much. The reason why this is going to impress your coach is because once he starts to see you win all your 1v1s and all your touches look better, he's going to 1, trust you more, and 2, think that you can be the deciding factor in a tight game and win him the game. By the way, I've had some people make excuses saying that they don't have a wall anywhere and they don't have any cones. Well, if you don't have any cones, right, you can literally use anything. When I used to forget my cones or I didn't have any cones, what I did was I literally would pick any item, like a water bottle or anything like that, to practice cone drills. So you don't need all this fancy equipment. You can literally use water bottles, a bag, or anything. For what specific drills that you need, well, that gets a lot more complicated, and I'm not going to get into that, as that's something that I specifically reserve for my masterclass students. So if you're interested in something like that from someone like me, who's mastered his technical ability, then click the link below and hopefully we'll see you inside. Also, even if you're literally starting out from the bottom, I will be happy to have you and guide you, as those of you who have bad technical ability going into this are usually the types of people that can make rapid improvements. And anyone who's doubting this, check out my free training session that will be below after you enter your email into the website. This isn't some kind of fucking joke. After you do the first free training session, you will literally see results. So go grab the masterclass now. Third is extras. This is literally the easiest way to improve fast, and in doing so, you can work on your weaknesses. The things your coach might watch and be unimpressed with, like for example, your first touch, or if your dribbling's bad, you need to work on this in your own free time. This one is really simple, but you just need to work on your weaknesses. And by doing this, you'll impress your coach because you'll have less gaps in your game, which will mean you're a more well-rounded player and you're more versatile and can play in different positions. Fourth is hunger and desire. You need to be sprinting up and down the pitch, throwing yourself into tackles. The reason why is because this player is undroppable. How can you drop the most passionate player, the person who would give it all to win? Sprinting back to defend, being that last man, or just sprinting up the pitch to be involved in an attack in the 90th minute. You literally can't drop this person. Once you start doing this, you will help your team so much more. And this is exactly what a coach is looking for. Someone that will die for the team. Also, this isn't even something that's going to take a long time. All you need to do is in your next few games, just start making extra sprints. Obviously a fitness plan will help, but again, that's a reserved program for my masterclass students only. But just start sprinting more in game and you will improve your fitness. This will show to the coach that you're more hungry and you just have that desire to improve. And again, that's how you'll impress him. And lastly, playing smart. This means you can't be doing a rainbow flick every single time you get the ball. Your manager needs to trust your decision making, and then, and only then, will he play you in them top games where he really needs you. You need to get your basics right to help your team retain possession. You need to find the right balance between doing something really risky or just playing safe. To find the right balance of when to do this, view it as a bank account system. Every time you do something secure and you play a good pass, you gain £1. And every time you lose the ball, you lose £1. This will help you find a balance between playing smart and being creative, because if you keep messing up over and over again, then you're going to go into debt. Like I said, once you have this on lock, your manager will put a lot more faith and trust in you, which means he'll play you in them tight games where like literally one mistake will either cost you the game or cost the other team the game, because he'll just know that you won't be making these mistakes. By the way, if you're anything like me and you have this urge to do amazing things on the pitch, whether it's incredible skills or just dribbling in and out of players, then make sure you get the playing smart right. But don't listen to people that try and crush your creative side, because you've tried that before and you feel disgusted when you play the game, and overall you just feel bored playing. So if you are that type of guy, make sure you find the balance, but at the same time don't lose that side of you, that inner Messi that you have. You will build success, trust me. I mentioned my masterclass earlier on, so if you are serious about going pro, then click the video below to learn how to become a professional footballer, and I'll see you in the next one.